all around good guy. Welcome, Henry.
Oh, thanks, Ted. Yeah, appreciate it. It's great to be here.
So, gosh, I met you about 6 months ago in Eric Lofholm's group, and you were just kind of learning about email marketing. And you've turned into this guru in record time.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, I remember that. We set up a 15-minute chat, and when you put two marketers together, that turned into an hour very fast. So that was really nice to chat with you then. But yes, I really honed in on my niche, and of course, I'm still learning. I bought 3 or 4 Black Friday courses on emails and other marketing stuff. It's just continuous learning. That's what it's all about.
So who do you work with? What's your audience that you're really focusing on?
Sure. Well, what I do is I assist technology challenge entrepreneurs to attract and nurture their next 100 ideal prospects. And really with email, there's 2 fronts to it, which is first is the writing, the persuasive writing of it, having people take action through text, through these screens that we're on all the time. And then the other part is the technology in the back end to make everything run smoothly. And email is all about leverage,
right? And
so that's a huge part of it. It's the same amount of work you're putting in, whether you're sending it to one person or 100 people or 100,000 people. You got to put them all somewhere.
Yeah, I think really when you focus too, like if you're writing an email to your list, maybe there's 10,000 people on your list, but if you write that email like you're writing it to one person, the response is so much better.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed.
I noticed that with your LinkedIn messages too. We were kind of playing around with that a while back too.
Yes. As the more you can personalize it, the better. And that doesn't have to be like literally personalizing it. With LinkedIn messages, that's what I do. Is I'll look through their page and see what they have going on. If they're promoting something, that's more hands-on. But with emails, it's about having a persona, right? That's what we love to talk about in the marketing world. A persona, an avatar, whatever you want to call it. And you write to them. It helps to if you have a photo of them and you look at it while writing. I do that.
Look at their LinkedIn profile and just kind of see what they're posting, see what they're talking about.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's just mind-boggling how people just blast these templated messages at people. It's like cold calling. I guess you're going to get a response if you send enough messages, but
yeah.
I think it really damages your brand if you just blast these impersonal messages at people.
Right. And just because I've done some cold calling in the past, it's actually worse because it's so much easier to ignore a message than it is someone on the phone, or in person is like the most challenging. But so their response must be just abysmal.
Right. Exactly. They're talking at us instead of talking to us.
Yeah. Every day there's a new one for the books.
Exactly. So what got you interested in marketing and email marketing in general?
Wow, that's a great question. Well, it all started a couple years back when I was really into personal development. I was still an employee at the time, doing in the consulting world. Mm-hmm. But I took a couple sales courses, one of which was a copywriting course. And oh man, I just fell in love with it. It had all the analytical side, which is where I grew up with my background in math and science and engineering in university. But also there's this magic to it. There's the testing part where you never really know it's going to stick until you put it out there. And there's that savviness that you need to have, which I love how those come together. With email specifically, it's really what moves the needle most for most folks, whether you've never ever written a marketing email in your life or if you've written hundreds. You always upgrade and use better languaging, get a better response.
Yeah. The stories just work so well. It's just telling stories. People remember stories instead of buy from me. My product does this, this, and this.
Yeah. What's funny on that note is sometimes I have an email address that I specifically just follow a ton of lists. Mm-hmm. So I get like hundreds of emails per day. And sometimes if I'm really honing in on someone, I want to watch what they're doing. I'll make a folder that emails just automatically go into that folder whenever I get one.
Right.
And there's this one company that they do that. It's oh man, I can't think of what exactly it is off the top of my head, but it's like this weekend only sale for whatever off. And then in my folder, it's like, oh, there's a lot of this weekend's only. It's like every weekend. If you look at it, it just doesn't work.
Right. They just pitch. And it's like, no, tell me some stories, build a relationship.
Right.
I know a lot of people want to grow a huge business and they want to, sell a lot of products. But if you're a coach or a consultant, how many clients do you really need?
That's a very good point. Very good point. Yeah, it's about the lifetime value of the client as well. It's striking that balance of, well, you don't want to only tell stories and just be a storyteller,
right?
But you do want to get business from your email list, but it doesn't have to be every single one.
Yeah, you tell stories, and then towards the end, you just kind of weave in something that's related to that some offer you have.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I was just working on an email for my own list right before this, which is comparing horseback riding to prospecting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I went horseback riding this past weekend and got a cool picture for the email. Anyway.
Cool. I can't wait to read that one.
Yeah. Send it right out.
So where do you see email marketing next year, like in 2021? It's going to continue like it is? It's getting harder and harder to get emails delivered, obviously. We get thousands a day sometimes, it seems.
Right. Right. Well, there's really two parts to that. It's the part that we both think about where, like you said, get so many per day. How am I going to stand out among the crowd? That's a deliverability part. But the other part is, well, the powers that be, the Gmails of the world, they are so stricter than ever right now, where if you have too many people unsubscribing, they'll think you're spam, or if you use certain phrases and words, they know. The artificial intelligence will say, yeah, I'm going to block Henry, like a shadow ban, you call it. It happens here on LinkedIn and social media as well.
Yeah.
But it's starting to happen on email, which for a long time in the past, it used to be, that was the place where you have the most freedom to share whatever you want to share.
Well, Gmail will prompt me too. Say, if you haven't opened an email from Henry in 30 days, you want to unsubscribe.
That's right. I've seen those. That is very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. But, I don't see email going anywhere. There's some folks that'll say, oh, email's dead. It's like, well, not quite. It's still a preferred way people interact with brands. It's a good stat.
And if you write good emails, they look forward to your emails. Like
exactly.
One of my mentors, Robert Middleton, sends an email every Tuesday. I open my email. It's going to be from Robert every Tuesday.
Right. That's right. That's what people say. Oh, I have so many emails and I never read half of them. I'm like, well, there are another half that you do read.
Right.
So it works in some respect.
Exactly.
It's the difference between, same thing, we'll bring it back to LinkedIn. There are some cold messages that I would read if they're done right.
Right. Exactly. Yep. So it's testing, like we said.
Yes, indeed.
Never ends. So how can people learn more about what you do? What's your website?
Well, what's funny is my website's under construction still. Perhaps if you're watching this a couple months out, it'll be up. It's henryklauke.com.
Connect with you on LinkedIn, obviously.
On LinkedIn, I'm pretty active. I'll be that horse riding post will be. I'll adapt it to a LinkedIn post for sure. That's a fun one. Yeah, cool. LinkedIn's probably easiest for now.
Okay. Well, thanks, Henry. It's been fun.
You're welcome, Ted. Oh, I'll since I've got the airspace. Yeah, I'm writing my first book. That's another way. That's how I'm adding people to my list right now. It's called Inbox Income. 23 insider tips for more email clicks, credit card swipes, and raving fans. So I'm sure I'll put that link somewhere in the comments for you to join that if you're so inclined. Yes, the book about emails does have an email list, of course.
Cool, of course. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, have a great day.
Thanks, Ted.